friends, welcome to Advanced Tuesday. Like I said yesterday, we're going to talk a little bit about Blackbird today in this advanced class because this is more of an advanced concept here with the song Blackbird by Paul McCartney. You know what? When he wrote it, he actually, I've heard him talk about it a little bit in the sense that he was trying to play in Beret. I think it was by Bach. And that's a very contrapuntal piece. And it wasn't written for guitar, but you can adapt just about anything for guitar. So what you have here is that, right, the chords here, that would be a G chord, but he's only playing 3 notes. He's playing that low bass note. The bass notes go like this. Right? That's a G, A, B, up to a G again. That's the low G, and that's the octave G. Right? And he picks this. He plucks it with his fingers. Well, you know what? He doesn't do it exactly the way I do it. I listened to it, and I thought he was doing this. Let's show you the actual. Here, let's move that up a little bit. That's what I do. I thought he was doing that. But he kind of does a little strum, and I really don't know how he does it. I've seen him do it. I've seen Justin Sandercoe teach it and teach that little strum, but I don't like that little strum because it's too imprecise for me. What I do is I pluck this G note, right? And we've got 3 notes. We've got the G note right there. We've got the G string right there. We've got the open B string right there. And so that's what we're doing. So it's that G chord, and it's a complete G chord. The 2 G's and the B make a complete G chord. If you don't know what I'm talking about, visit us on Theory Thursday. Okay? And so he plucks that note, and then he goes to an A minor chord. Let's focus in right there. And it's like A minor, but he's got the A string right there, this note, and he's playing that G string open again. So on the right hand, you get this. So you got the A and the C, which is a complete A minor chord. You got that G note, which is the 7. So it's really an A7, sorry, A minor 7, right? And then he's got this chord, which is what I call, which is a G with a B bass, okay? And the G with the B bass is really, okay, let's get it focused right there. 2nd fret on the A string, 3rd fret on the B string, and he's plucking these, those 2 strings, and then the G string, just like that. So it goes. Right? And that's basically what he's doing. I mean, that is what he's doing. So the E string and the B string to the G string, A string and B string, A string and B string, and the G string right there. So it goes. Just like that, okay? And that's the beginning. And then he goes all the way up to the 11th fret and plucks the same strings. Now this is where I didn't really know what he was doing. He actually does this little, I don't know, he does this little strum thing, and I really don't like that. I know, you're thinking, why don't you like what Paul McCartney did? He's Paul McCartney. Well, you know what? It sounds almost the same. When you get going up to speed, listen. Oh, you can't see anything. everything, can you? Here, let's try this again. You know, it's got such a spread. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Okay, that's how I do it. So, I guess what I'm saying here is that to try to do this with regular chords, those would be the chords for Blackbird. You know, it would be Blackbird singing in the dead of night. It's just not the same. It loses so much by trying to play chords. And then you've got these chords that go like this. Okay, you've got basically, what is that? That's a C chord, right? But we've got these strings that we're playing, and then we go here. That's really like a C sharp diminished or something. And then what is that? That is an A. No, I'm sorry. It's a D and a F sharp. This is a D chord with a G in it. That's like a D add 4. But it's really a temporary chord. And then we've got this chord, and we've got this chromatic alteration there. E minor. What is that? I need my tuner. I'll tell you something. I am not fantastic. I'm not making excuses. I'm just not fantastic at figuring out all the notes, like right up in this section right here. I don't spend time doing that, okay? And you don't need to. Okay, I'm gonna get my tuner out here. And I'm gonna check some notes. Okay, we've got an E and a G. That's E minor. And I got a G right there. Those are two of the same notes. That's an E flat. We call it, I mean, it looks like a D sharp, right? You can call it an E flat or a D sharp. So E flat and G together, and another G, because we still got those G's. E flat and G. So this is a E minor to an E flat, D and an F sharp. That's a D chord with an added G. C sharp, G, and so that's a compound tritone. C chord, C minor chord, because we got the E flat right there. It says D sharp, but and then we got a B. Okay, we got a G with a B bass because we got a G there. G with a B bass. We got an A chord there. Now we got a D to G is a perfect fourth. G to C is a perfect fourth. It's kind of like a D7, but it's got that G note in it. It's like a substitute 5 chord. It's really cool. I'd have to think about it a little bit. And then we go back to the G chord. So it's got all this varied stuff in it. And you just can't play open position chords or bar chords to make it work. You've got to play it like Paul McCartney wrote it. And one thing you can do, and we'll talk about this on Song Saturday, because we're going to just talk about how to play it. We're not going to talk about all these intricacies, and we're not going to talk about the theory behind it like we've just done, because this is Advanced Tuesday. And remember, if you don't know what I'm talking about, come back on Thursday and figure out what the, so you can figure out what the theory is, because I'm not going to explain it today, okay? We're explaining that on Thursday. What I'm saying is that you've got to know these chords the way Paul McCartney wrote them, because they're, I guess what I'm saying is that the inversions and the notes that he chose are Blackbird. You just don't get it any other way. So, blackbird singing in the dead of night. I mean, you can play them like that, and I'll show you how to do that on Saturday. Right? You can do that. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to arise. Does that look hard? Right? Those chords look simple. I'm using one finger. Two fingers, two fingers, two fingers, one finger, one finger, one finger, right? And over here on my right hand, I'm doing, let's see, let's make sure that's in focus here. Let's get it right there. Right? And so I'm not doing the finger picking. I am picking it, but I'm not doing the... You know, if you're not advanced enough to do that, then what you need to do, we'll talk about that on the song video, about how you need to finger pick that very slowly to be able to get that down. And there's only two patterns in Blackbird, which is really amazing. That one and this one. That one right there. And I'll give you those details later. Okay, so you can do something that I call blocking the chords. Instead of finger picking like that, you just go. Right? What I'm doing is I'm just playing the chords. Right? All at once, right down here on my right hand. Okay, so that's how we do it. We will talk more about this, and if you have questions, put them down below and I'll address them as we go along. Thank you for coming. I've got to go. We'll see you tomorrow for Beginning Wednesday. Tell your friends about it. Tell your nieces and nephews, your friends that are just getting started in guitar about Beginning Wednesday, because that's such an important day for them. Learning how to hold the guitar, learning about basic chords, learning about basic melodies, learning basic songs. It'll be awesome. Okay, we'll talk to you later.